Okay, Lady Ada, we're live.
Okay.
What is this thing we're doing?
We're doing our show and tell like we do every single Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Google Hangouts. We're hanging out, showing off our projects. Got some people showing off their projects. Maybe more people show off their projects. Who knows? It's just a big show and tell party. We'll call on y'all when we see you at the bottom of our screen in order, starting with Chris. And just mute your mics till you're ready to show and tell. And then when we call on you, show and tell. And then when you're done, we'll give you a sticker. It's that easy. All right, let's start with Chris again. He's got some more remote stuff.
Chris always has a cool project. Chris.
Yeah.
Show us.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey.
Loud and clear.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I showed you the new Pinocchio platform. And it's a Mega 256 RFR2. It has a built-in mesh network and a Wi-Fi backpack, and it builds itself as the ecosystem for the Internet of Things. And so since I'm the IR guru, naturally I wanted to build an Internet of Things infrared remote. So I've thrown together a little web page here. It's simple HTML and JavaScript, and I'm going to control my TV over the Internet. And so my dad's going to grab the webcam here, and we're going to try to get this all installed.
I always love saying first ever on the show and tell. So I think this is the first time we're ever going to see controlling a TV with an Internet of Things project.
Yeah.
I am now.
Yeah, sure. There you go. Okay, here's something on my remote here.
All right.
All right, here you go. Ooh, it's a nice web page.
That's the web app there.
Okay.
It's just a table of things. By the way, all of the figures were just HTML text. Those are not graphics. The background buttons is graphics, but the labels are just HTML. Okay, pull back and show the remote and the TV at the same time. I got the Pacers game on here.
Yep.
Pull up the on-screen guy. See what's on tonight. Oh my goodness.
The Insider.
Anything good?
Oops, that isn't what I wanted to do.
We've noticed that on our TV, it's always playing the movie Prometheus. And what's the other movie it's always playing?
Yeah, it's like on loop or something like that. They just constantly play it.
It's that movie and then
Survivor.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, basically I can do anything.
That's nice. And so you can control the web app. Are you controlling it with like your stick, or do you use a different RF or IR remote to control that?
I'm using a mouse. Actually, it's a mouse app on my iPod Touch. Normally, I would use my voice control.
Okay.
But on a Hangout, I turn the voice control off, so you don't have to hear me talk voice commands.
Okay.
Hang on just a second. Press golf. Move right 5. Move right. Page down. Page down.
Oh wow.
Page down. Press escape. Go to sleep. Dad, zoom in on the remote again.
That's cool. This is like the most advanced remote.
When I said press escape, it turned all the labels into keyboard shortcuts.
Oh.
Wake up. Press escape. Press escape. Go to sleep. Okay, you can put that back on top of the TV. So it responds to mouse and keyboard both. And because it will respond to keyboard, that means it will also respond to my voice control, which is really handy for me.
So the voice control is built into the operating system, and you're using that to
The voice control is Dragon Naturally Speaking, running on Windows 8.
Okay.
Also voice recognition program, and but I put the keyboard commands into the web page. The web page is JavaScript and HTML, and I had to program in all of the codes for my TV, of course, but they're just in a big table, and you put in the code and the protocol, and then whatever text you want for that label, and whatever key code that you want for the key down, the on key down interrupt.
Yeah, no, I see. No, this is interesting because it's a mixture of you have 5 or 6 different technologies. You've got the Pinocchio, you've got the web page, you've got the voice speaking. But it's actually, if you want to do a voice controlled IR remote, this is actually probably the best way to do it because an Android device won't be able to do voice control. It's not going to run Dragon. Yeah. You need a high power computer.
Yeah, but I could turn it into an Android or a iOS app. It's it's just a simple web page is all it is.
Yeah.
And it's been kind of a steep learning curve to do this asynchronous, callback stuff. I feel like I'm going back to programming school all over again. I expect things to happen in the order that I put them on the page, and not be doing some callback function at God knows what time. So. Yeah.
Man, I hate event driven. I have a question. Are you planning to also have it be have the Pinocchio work the other direction? Like, for example, you could speak to your computer and say, alert my dad, and it would send the message to Pinocchio, which would buzz a buzzer or flash a light.
Well, I've already got an XB radio system on a push button that I use.
Yeah.
To put my dad at night, and because the Pinocchio uses 802.11.4 or whatever that number is.
Yeah.
Same protocol. I think I can get the Pinocchio to talk to the XB, and I've already got a buzzer right at XB. But right now,
already.
Huh?
But you already have something that works, so
Yeah, I already have something that works. But now that I've gotten used to doing this Internet of Things, I'm probably going to be buying one of your Wi-Fi modules and do some Arduino stuff. Either that or get a unit. I haven't decided yet.
The Yun's probably a good choice. It's much like the Wi-Fi stuff we have. It's you can't do things that are fairly complicated. It's really basic stuff. I think that the Yun might be the way to go. And Tony Nicola has some great Yun Arduino tutorials, so you can get the power of of Wi-Fi, basically a Wi-Fi enabled Linux computer with a web browser and everything. And then if you want to do IR stuff, it has the Arduino connected to it for real time.
Yeah. Well, I saw that thing on the Learn using the Wi-Fi backpack on how to do your own REST calls.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I think it's pretty basic stuff, but yeah, I mean...
This uses the REST system.
Yeah.
And all I need to pass it is a 32-bit number in hex to tell it what to send. And so I could probably do the same thing with your Wi-Fi backpack. I think that's going to be my next challenge. The Pinocchio people are real excited about what I've been doing here. They had in their pipeline to build a shield that was an IR shield. And so I'm talking to them now about how to make that shield work with my library.
Okay.
All right, Chris. Well, thank you so much, as always. Of course, email support@adafruit.com. You get an S scene on the show and tell sticker. It'll probably add to your collection.
What I like about Chris's projects is historically you bounced fake light off of fake objects, and now you're bouncing real light off of real objects. But you still can't see the light beams.
That's a good way to look at it. Okay, thanks, Chris.
Okay.
All right, next up, Isaac. How you doing, Isaac?
Isaac is a robot of some sort.
I just don't have the camera pointed at me.
Okay.
So the last project I showed on here was the X-ray system.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, that's a while ago.
Which, it's in a box right now because I'm packing up a lot of stuff. But
Lead box.
Huh?
A lead box?
Not yet.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's only cardboard.
Okay.
But this right here that you see, this is a diffusion pump from a scanning electron microscope. And this is the first step in a really big project I've been looking forward to for a long time. I'm building an ultra-high vacuum research system. And I don't have any electronics here tonight. I only have the mechanical side of it. But I will soon. So this right here is another vacuum pump. This is a mechanical roughing pump, which, say you have like a large chamber that you want to pull down, this would hook up to this pump. This is the input here, and it would pull down the whole chamber to 25 microns vacuum. And then once you got down to a low enough vacuum, you would switch this on, which has no mechanical parts in it. It works on a really cool principle. And whereas this is also its own chamber, and you have some oil that sits here in the bottom that boils off because there's a heater down here, and that oil goes up a tube and sprays down the walls of the chamber as a vapor and pulls the rest of the particles out of the chamber, and you get an extremely low vacuum, or low pressures.
Okay.
So this is part of a project that I've been wanting to build. I want to make a Farnsworth fuser, which is a type of nuclear fusion reactor that, in this case, will be a deuterium-deuterium reaction, or deuterium burning. Deuterium's the second isotope of hydrogen, and when a deuterium nucleus or a deuteron combines with a proton, it'll make helium-3 and neutrons. So I'll use that as a helium-3 source for whatever future projects.
Yeah,
But-
I always need helium-3 for my projects. Just yesterday.
Yeah, but this is for a lot of projects. This is just like a tool to do a lot of different projects with, and it's really amazing that I managed to get this for what I did. I've been looking for one of these for a very long time, so I just thought I would show it off because it looks so awesome.
So this is basically just, I mean, not just, but it's a pump. I mean, most people know about vacuum pumps or something, but you know, most vacuum pumps can't. They get to maybe like a fraction of a PSI or something. They can't.
Yeah,
really,
like this little thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like it'll suck the air out, but it's like it's not really getting it all out. It's just.
yeah.
It's
I
just
mean, this
really
won't get it all out either.
But it'll get like
It'll
way
get-
closer.
Definitely way closer. And like this vacuum pump was used in a Japanese scanning electron microscope. I'm not entirely sure how it even got over here to America because it runs on 100 volts, so I have to be careful with it. But it was removed from a scanning electron microscope.
Like a Variac or something could.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a Variac. I might just get a step-down transformer though.
Okay, that works too. All
And-
right, so this is pretty intense scientific equipment. That's nice.
Yeah, and I want to set up, when I build the actual chamber, I want to set up data logging and different temperature sensors and CCD cameras and stuff to look at the actual fusion happening inside, which I think will be really cool.
Okay. Yeah, this is cool. This is like
Very cool.
this is cool science. This looks like the stuff that was always thrown out at MIT. We're always like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this stuff, right? But yeah, if you're into like citizen science, I mean, a really good vacuum chamber is used in a lot of different.
Oh yeah.
So it's a essential lab equipment. So now you get X-rays.
I could make thin film transistors with this if I really wanted to.
All right. You need like a spin coater next. I always love those.
Yes.
All right. Well, Isaac, send a note to support@adafruit.com. There's plenty of room on that.
For
Yeah, it needs one right here.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
so what's the formal name for this? Because it's a vacuum pump. What's the technical name of it?
This one is called a diffusion pump.
Diffusion pump.
The next step up would be like a turbomolecular pump.
Well, I'm not ready for that.
And then you have ion pumps and other
Okay.
fancy machines.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, nice. This is a beautiful piece of equipment.
Yeah. Okay. And next up, Noah and Pedro. How's it going, guys?
Hey.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
We're doing good tonight.
What do you got cooking?
We have plastic cooking, as always. This is going to be tomorrow's project. It's a little robot.
Finally. The second isotope of hydrogen.
Inside the robot is
Or a
a
deuteron.
micro USB micro light poly charger for charging your wearable projects.
Very cool.
Okay. There you go.
All right.
You 3D print one of those, get a little lipo charger. And
Yeah.
Project.
Yeah, it's a really simple, cute project. The back has a little
You have a
bit
sound
for.
background. No.
What do we have in the background?
I think some guy's playing a synth in the background.
We'll get to him in just one minute.
Playing us out. Nice, nice. Okay, no, but the star of the show tonight is this tiny little plastic piece.
Ooh.
Hey, what does it do?
What is it? What is it?
It's always a little piece that enables things to sort of work, huh? So we've been playing with the PrinterBot Junior, the metal, simple, sorry.
Yeah.
And one of the things that sucks is, out of the box, we couldn't have NinjaFlex running on it, which of course we sell both, so, we got to sort of figure out a way to make it work. So took about 2 weeks and about 3 really hardcore days of, no sleep to try to get this in. So basically what it does, let me zoom in there, is keeps it from kinking because the distance between the extruder and the actual hot end is about like 4.7 millimeters, which is way too much. It always likes to kink in around this area right here. So what I did was make a little sort of support, a little tube that keeps it in place. It's held in between the back of the motor and the 2 screws here. So that's really all you have to do. Unscrew this, take off one of the washers that comes on top here, and plop this little guy in, and you can print out NinjaFlex.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow. You guys are like...
What sucks though about this is you need an ABS printer to get it to work. Because there's no fan up there by the extruder, so it gets a little hot. PLA would just melt on there.
Yeah, because it's extruding. Okay, well, but you can, maybe someone will injection mold it or something.
Yeah, we're going to test out a print from Shapeways so people can just order that. The thing that was printing, though, will be a future project. Yeah, future project. Mini Pove on a wristband. Yeah.
So that's a new RGB mini POV, and it looks like...
So it's for, running, so you can, run and POV?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Or strapping it to your bike or something. Let's see if it turns on. Let's see if it works.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, you can actually kind of see it.
Yeah, Pac-Man.
Right. You're popping.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. We have one more person who joined in, so is that all the projects?
We got more if you want. The thing we posted about the drone, the case slides in.
I'm gonna go to C. Scott now.
And the case by itself is really cool because it stands on its own and all that. Nice bumper case.
Oh, very cool.
For your Nexus.
For Nexus 7. Yeah, so you can take aroil photos too at the same time or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if there's time, we'll pop back to you.
Spine holder.
Yeah, he's still coming.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right,
We're gonna.
Okay, we'll be right back.
We'll see you tomorrow, actually.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good to see Scott. All right, see Scott, how's it going?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. So, show us your project. You came in.
Okay, I was on here a couple of years ago. I work on I restore old synthesizers. I take custom chips and make equivalent circuits. Well, in this case, this is a CS15. It had a broken, I don't know if you can see that or not, it had a broken key assigner. That's this board here, which was probably killed by the old power supply, which is why I have a new one there. I had never really worked with an AVR before, but I'm an old hand at microcontrollers and assembly language programming, but this is probably the first meaningful C program I've ever written. But it replaces the key assigner. It encodes the keyboard, and I said, well, we've got a serial port on there, so let's throw MIDI on there, and we have things like rollover and trilling. And on a larger keyboard, you can't extend the range upward, so you just repeat the octaves. But you can extend it downward, because here's the bottom note, and you can go downward. Anyway, that is the key assigner replacement. It took me about a week to make.
Oh,
Did you get all that?
We can hear the synth. Can you turn up the volume on the synth and play a note?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, when you came in, we heard it. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That's what we came here for.
Great. I have to put on my...
You hear that one?
Yeah.
I have to put on my electronic LED collar so I can
You know.
properly appreciate
All right.
this music. That nice synth. So who made this synth originally?
This is a Yamaha CS15. It uses a volts per decade voltage control scheme. It's not volts per octave. And the trick there is, a linear DAC doesn't do exponential outputs very well because you lose resolution as you drop octaves.
Yeah.
So the trick here is you just use a 2-channel DAC. You set one DAC channel to do octaves, and you do one to do intervals. Therefore, you only need 12 codes out of 96 for your interval, and that's accurate enough that you can do microtonal tunings. I haven't done it yet, but I can do Pythagorean or whole number harmonic ratios. You name it. Right now it's just set for equally tempered. But since I'm only using a fraction of the DAC's capability, that's also why I could extend the octaves downward. I'm only using 6 codes for octaves out of 12 bits. So no matter how crappy the DAC may be, you'll find a good linear function out of it.
All right, Scott. Well, you get a SC on the show and tell sticker. Email support@adafruit.com.
Okay.
And the sticker is yours.
Here's a quick. I'll discuss this one in another show. But this is the Kroby X 3000 components, 99.5% pure analog.
Wow.
But it takes me a while to hook it up, so I'll show it to you some other time.
Okay.
What's the one digital? Is it like a 7805 or like what's the digital thing?
2 pieces. There is a PIC 12C508. It's a digital noise generator.
That's pretty digital.
And there's a 4011 that's just logic to help select a couple of the oscillator waveform states.
Can't use a diode for a noise generator?
I could, but
You're too good for that.
I could, but the part it was replacing was a digital noise generator chip. It was a 17-bit linear feedback shift register, and it was terrible.
Okay.
It would cycle every 3 seconds, and you'd hear it.
All right.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Noah and Pedro.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. See Scott.
See Scott. All right. That was a great show and tell.
We'll be here next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see everybody. If you were on the show and tell, support@adafruit.com, and you get your sticker. We'll be on Ask an Engineer in 5 minutes or less. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.